So, since we didn't get to talk to you after practice yesterday, is there anything new on Drew or Tease? Any of those guys?
The only thing actually I can say is they're not playing. Just to address a little bit the Drew. I mean, he's getting there, but he's not ready. And I want him to get 100% and feel good. It's such an important player for us, and I don't want to risk anything. So that's the truth.
So do you have a handle at all or an expectation of when he may be available, or is it just kind of week to week at this point?
Yeah, it's just like how he's feeling. He had a couple workouts, but he's not 100% yet.
What are your thoughts on this Kings team? Obviously, we're talking injuries. They have a lot of guys out tonight as well. Just your thoughts on this Kings team and what you've kind of seen out of them this season?
Well, I think they have a lot of good individual players, right? Like this team is better than what the record says. They had a lot of up and downs for sure, but also have good games against good teams. So it's tricky. You cannot relax. It's not like we are in a situation to relax, but you cannot. It's a talented team, and they have a lot of players there that can score and win the games for them. So you got to be very careful.
You like playing the same team twice in 3 days like this, or would you rather not?
I'd rather not.
Yeah.
Honestly. I don't know. I think I didn't have many of those in my career, so it's kind of weird. Kind of like a series in the middle of the season. Not a big fan.
Do you think it's harder to avoid a potential letdown when you're at home versus on the road?
If it's harder to avoid a letdown?
Like the relaxed talk that you were talking about just now.
I don't think that's the case, home or away. I don't think there's anything to do with that. That's my perception. Maybe you have a different one, but I think in general, after a win, people relax. So that's what I've been talking to my guys during these days. Like, we cannot relax. We gotta, set the tone from the beginning and go for the win.
Doug Christie had said in the preseason that I think he said he came out to Paris to visit you, or at least you guys were in communication. What was he talking to you about?
We have a couple friends in common. Leandro Barbosa is in his staff, so we always actually, before, when I was assistant in Houston or Brooklyn, we always would talk a lot before games and just sit there in the court and talk about life, basketball, and past experience. So a guy that I like to talk to. He's a really good guy, and I wish him the best. And now that he got opportunity to coach, so that's all I can say, to be honest.
You talk about relaxing too. Is that more of a concern too when you've had 3 days off like you have? I mean, you guys have played so much this season too that having that much time off seems like it might.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like a weird, week for us. Like, when you have those days, it's almost like when we're gonna have a game again, right? I used to play like back-to-backs and 3 and 4 all the time, and now you have those 3 days, which, like I said, after a win, you cannot think now we're in a great spot all of a sudden. I think we are growing, we are getting better, we are taking advantage of that time to rest, to get some practice, and do a little adjustments. So hopefully we can transfer that to the game tonight. Sometimes that's not the case, but I hope we can transfer what we work on those days and get better tonight.
What ended up being the focus on defense yesterday?
Well, this league, you have a lot of small pick and roll, rebounds, schemes when you double team someone, or get better at zone. A lot of little details that you can work on when you have those days. And so, yeah, a little bit of that.